Morning everyone, today is Saturday. Hopefully we can finish that pile of manure that we've been hauling out over the last couple of days. We just started the MX-285, gonna let it warm up. In the meantime, we're gonna hit that wagon with some grease. Lots of oil. Gotta swat all the flies away from the door, otherwise you're gonna be riding along with all those lobes during the day. Don't want that. I noticed as I was scooping this pile away, the ground was getting softer and softer, so it must have still been frozen. I saw a comment, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. See how soft it was getting there? Could probably get stuck in here if I'm not careful today, just because we put the manure here in the winter time, and in the winter obviously it was frozen, hasn't had the chance to thaw out yet. We're still finding ice in that pile, so got to be careful today. Definitely don't want to call the boss man to come and pull me out. It'd be kind of embarrassing, I think. Heading out to the field with our first load of manure this morning. I was just loading first load after lunch here, and I noticed something that's pretty sketchy. Not good at all. I think it's going to be the end of our hauling here in the short term. Snapped two of the bolts off that hold the tire on, and those are fresh brakes. There's almost no dust on there, so that probably happened pretty recently. Pretty sketchy. I'm too scared to keep hauling with that. You can see the whole rim is kind of moved. If you look at this one here, you can't even tell there's a line there, but you can see it's shifted because that is kind of outlined there. So pretty sketchy stuff. I'm definitely not taking this thing down the road anymore. We just loaded up a super heavy load. I'm just gonna crawl to the field that's right next to the farm, unload it there, and then we'll pull up to the shop. I don't know, maybe we'll take that tire off or look into it a bit anyway. Literally just crawling in first gear. I'm watching it very closely in the mirror there. I'm so nervous right now. There you go. 1.5 miles an hour, that's what it's gonna be. Step one, I think, is pressure washing this wheel off, and then we'll take it off and see if we broke any more. Nope, still just the two. Okay, we'll clean that whole thing off. That'll just make dealing with it a lot easier. Okay, that's a nice clean rim. If you guys are thinking what I'm thinking I totally forgot this thing had yellow rims. It's pretty bad, but should be good to take this wheel off now. Right on, grab that Milwaukee impact. Hopefully they come right off. Wowza. there's the two culprits. But yeah, like I said, I literally just I could spin some of these off by hand, like they weren't tight at all. So before we get going again, we'll get those two lug nuts fixed obviously, but check the other 3 tires, make sure they're tight. Sketchy stuff, man. Why would those things come loose? Boss man's on his way. Snap 2 of those bolts off.
Okay.
They were loose. I could turn like half of these by hand off. And it was moving, like you could see around where it contacts the axle, there was a crack, so it was moving and shifting. That's probably why this snapped off. I didn't want to do anymore. It's kind of sketchy. Well, we're just gonna leave it there. First Dad said, well, put it back on, put the bolts on and keep an eye on it. I was like, I don't know if that's it. It's kind of sketchy. You know, we don't need to be hauling right now. Like that pile's almost gone and we can literally haul it for the next 3 months to the field whenever. So I was like, why take the risk? And he said, yeah, it's probably better just leave it, get it fixed properly and then keep going. But we are gonna pressure wash the rest of the tires off and make sure they're all tight. But I'll do that once it's fixed up. The more and more I think about it, man, we were so lucky we stopped and saw that before we were heading down the road with a full load. Traffic coming on. Could have been bad. Since we're not hauling manure anymore this afternoon, I'm gonna grind up some straw bales. Our ground straw pile is getting pretty small. We didn't call the tub grinder because we literally, I think, only have 20 barley bales left. So we need to wait until we have that rye off the field and then we'll grind another big pile. It's not worth it for that guy to come out here for just a couple of bales. So we're just gonna grind them with the feed wagon there, grab the loader, we'll cut the twine off the sides, put them through that feed wagon. You're gonna have to let them spin there for probably 20 minutes before they get really fine, but we got time, so that's what we're doing this afternoon. Grab 2 bales. These are literally the last straw bales that we have from cereals, so 16 of them in total. Yikes. So we're mixing that one load. It's been mixing for about 10 minutes. Dad just texted me though. He's like, hey, there's a load of hemp here. Go unload it. So I guess we're just gonna leave this here how it is and head over to the other side of the farm again and unload another load of hemp straw. A load of straw here. There it is. Okay, well, there it is. Whoops. Another big load all strapped down. We started unloading that load. Dad's gonna finish it off. I came back to our mixer wagon here. It's been mixing for a solid half hour now, so we gotta dump this load out. We'll just run beside what's left of our pile and then we can push up with the loader after. So another 800 kgs or so. Gonna do a couple more bales later. Well, we hopped dropped into the swather with Miriam, and she's swathing the fall rye. They did a little bit yesterday, and she's finishing it off today. How's it been going?
Knock on wood, pretty good.
No breakdowns yet?
No, a couple plugs with the knives. But...
Like the knives just quit cutting or what?
Yeah, it was too much overload in a low spot, and it was still green. So.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Crop's looking pretty good. Looks like there's a lot of straw here.
It's a bit green here still.
Yeah. So at least we have one good crop this year. It's the rye. Lots of straw out there. We'll have to combine this when it's tough, so we might do it at night. If we combine this when it's, you know, plus 30 during the day, it just spits out a bunch of dust out of the back of the combine. The straw is too dry, and it just gets pulverized. So we're really careful with the straw that we have. Well, that's another day in the life. Sucks about the manure wagon. We'll look at that on Monday, I guess. Gotta buy some new lug nuts. I don't know how many new parts or how expensive it is for that, but I'm sure it's not cheap. So not looking forward to that too much, but we'll get it fixed up and then we'll finish that pile after, I think. Tomorrow we'll probably clean the wheel loader off though, because it'll be a minute before we get this thing fixed. So anyway, that was gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.